Hey, I'm Kev. Welcome to another episode of America's Next Top Model Cycle 20. Guys, Girls 2.0 recap. Too much in the name, I know. Well, let's get started with this week's episode. So this week's episode, right off the bat, we get a little bit from Phil and Gianna and how Phil has this kind of disorder, and I don't know if the contestants are making this up, but I think he really has this disorder, which I did not get the name of. So yeah, so Gianna is kind of over the whole Phil thing, and she wants to concentrate on the modeling. And then we get a little bit from Nina and Chris, and well, they have been flirting since like the first day. So yeah, so the guys get a little bit bored and they're like, okay, there is no fun without any pranks. So actually, they go and prank the girls' room. And I thought it was really funny and clever how they taped up the whole room. I thought that was so cool. And I bet they were expecting the girls to really just freak out. And I was actually really surprised as well that the girls did not freak out and they actually took it well, and I'm really glad they took it well because it was just a joke, it's just a prank, it's just to have fun. So and then we get to the pact with the girls. So now the girls are trying to get along because last week it was just a whole mess and a whole chaos. So they make a pact and they're like, we're gonna stick together. So we get to the challenge and we see Kelly Cotrone, and with Kelly Cotrone, you have a designer, and the designer, well, her name is not Emerson, but her line is called Emerson. So they're creating a campaign, and really, I did not get the what they were supposed to do because I know they have to do Flixo, and then they have to do the random access modeling, and I kind of got messed up there. I'm like, so they're supposed to do two, and they're like, there has to be a campaign, and I'm like, okay, and then I got a little bit confused. So at this point, they have to form teams. The leaders for this week's group challenge were the best, or the top three people who got top three photos last week. So the leaders were Corey, Kanani, and Dawn. Dawn, Corey chooses Gianna, and then Kanani just go ahead and chooses Jordan and Renee. So they actually have a girl group, and Corey picks Gianna, Phil, and Chris. And Dawn actually picks Nina, Marvin, and since at the end Kanani did not want to choose Jeremy, um, he directly went into Dawn, and I thought that was kind of messed up. But I mean, it comes with a whole pact thing, so I kind of understand. I didn't understand the hate for Jeremy. He has proven that in the episodes that he's a really nice guy, so I don't really get this. But I mean, I agree a little bit with not seeing him as a model, but I think it's because he's young and I know he can get there, and I know he can be a really great model. They get to wardrobe and stuff, and they say that there's no Emerson for guys. And then I'm like, okay, you're in guys and girls competition. Top model should have just chosen designers that actually have guys and girls outfits. The ideas were very different. So Kanani's idea was in the tractor and they were adopted. Corey's idea, he was an alien. I think he just wanted to wear a dress. I'm not saying that to be mean. So it was like an alien in the farm, and Don is like a love circle triangle. So we get to Phil, and Phil, he cuts up a shirt because he doesn't feel okay on what he's wearing. And I thought he was looking pretty okay, but I don't know what the deal is with him. And Kelly Control is like, no, you just ruined this shirt, go get another shirt. And he's just like, I'm really compulsive and this and that. So then they're in the picture, and Phil has a lot of ideas, but Corey's like, no, we should do this, and like they're not really paying attention to Phil. And Phil, right at the end, he I don't know, he grabs a rock and throws it and breaks like the fence, and I'm like, really? Are you serious? Like, do you have the best aim ever or something? Like, you should be on a game show like Survivor or something like that. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, who does that? I mean, who just throws it and breaks the fence? But I don't think he wanted to hurt anybody. He just threw it like whatever. So at the end, the winners were Kanani's team because their pictures were great. They didn't really like Corey's, and they loved Don's group. But the best picture did not have any of Emerson's clothes, and I'm like, okay, well, but they're still guys. I mean, they were modeling. It's not their fault. And if they had the best picture, they should have won. I mean, that was kind of stupid. Chris, Corey, and Gianna, they have low scores with Phil because they didn't do well in the challenge, and then Chris is just mad and he blows up. And something's wrong with Chris. Like, something's seriously wrong with it because he just gets mad like from nothing, and he starts yelling with to Gianna. He's like, you have a problem, you have a problem. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? And then Nina comes and like, calm down, and then he's like, and he starts arguing with Nina, and everybody's saying that Nina never gets mad, and Nina's like, I'm the only one that doesn't like confrontation. So they decide to do another prank, and now this time they know the Kanan is really afraid of like clowns, but they don't know to what extent. So they go there. The girls already sleeping, and they put a little clown that makes noise in hats, and they throw it into Kanani's bed, and Kanani's freaking out, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like crying because of the clowns, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't like clowns either. I seriously don't, but I don't get to that extent. Like, I can survive a clown, but it was just so weird, and now she's all like down. So now we get into the photo shoot is nail art stuff, and when I saw this, um I thought this was really low quality when I was voting for them, and I didn't really like them, but there was a few of the pictures that I enjoyed. So now Chris is trying to talk to Nina, and Nina is like ignoring him, and he just wants attention from her, and I guess he wants to apologize. Now he's feeling bad, and Nina is like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to you. And let me just tell you, Nina's makeup and hair, she was looking so freaking gorgeous. I loved her. I just don't like when she wears her dark eyeliner. I don't like it. I think I like her way better when she's all natural. Like, I would like seriously get married with Nina. Because I did not like the nails on the guys. I thought it was just not. I'd rather see them like dressed up as a whole, like a woman, like last week. But it was just too weird. Like, I don't know. It was just a little bit too weird. So now in the photo shoot, Kanan is just not focused on what she has to do and how she has to pose. And I'm really confused because just girl, like, get it out of your head. Like, just work. Like, work on your shit. Like Iggy Azalea. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, just snap out of it. No more clowns. Just think about other stuff and think about flowers and butterflies and happy things. Jeremy's reminding Jordan about the kids, but in a really like funny, flirtish way. I thought Jeremy was just being playful with Jordan, and then she gets all offended. She's like, "Whoa!" And I thought it was so stupid from Jordan. Jeremy's just playing around with her. Now she's all like, "Oh," like, and the things she says to him is just really bad, and he gets really mad. He's now pissed off, and it reflects it. It reflected on his picture. So the guys are doing not so great. Corey did great, but the photo shoot for some people just went down. And I really loved how in Marvin's shoot the photographer was talking in Spanish, and he was like, yes, hazlo más así, más a tu derecha, y más para acá, y tu cara arriba. And it was so funny because like he was in his element, he was talking in Spanish, and everybody's like, what the hell he's saying. So now we get into the judging, and before we got the skull mail, and the skull mail said that, well, we figured out that there was gonna be two eliminated. Now the reviews for, well, the judging for the pictures were like all over the place. Like, for me, I love Nina's picture, but they didn't like Nina's picture. I mean, I agree with them with Jordan because she had a great picture, and yes, Kanani's eyes were so freaking dead. I didn't. I agreed with Corey's because his picture was big, but I didn't really agree with Chris's. I didn't really like his picture. I didn't really like some other pictures that like Renee's picture. I just didn't see what was so great about Renee's picture, and I didn't really enjoy Gianna's picture, and the judges really enjoyed Gianna's picture. So whatever they liked, I didn't like, and whatever I liked, they didn't like. So I know I'm not an expert, but that's what I like. Like I freaking love Nina's picture. I thought that was one of the best ones for me, and I thought she was killing it. And the top three or the best picture went to Jordan, and Marvin was second best picture, and Corey was third best picture. So that was the top three, and in the bottom three we had Jeremy, Phil, and Kanani. And I was really afraid because I did not know who was going home. And at this point, Phil is like almost crying, and he's like biting his lip. At first, when I saw them in three in the bottom three, I'm like, oh no, God, why? I like them all. I like Jeremy, and then I'm like, I like Kanani, and then I'm like Phil. I like Phil. Like what the fuck? Like what's wrong? The first one off or eliminated was Jeremy. It was so surprising to see the guys like cry. Like I didn't think they were gonna cry for this. Then it's just up to Phil and Kanani, and at this point I'm like, I don't know who's going home. Phil stays and Kanani just breaks down because her reasons for being for her daughter that it's just more emotional, and I really feel bad for her, but she has to go to the other competition. And it's so funny at the end how Marvin is like crying. He's like, I'm sorry for the clowns. And it sounds so funny, but he's actually being so serious about it. So the eliminated were Jeremy and Kanani, and Phil stayed. Jesus stayed. Thank you for watching. Comment if you like. See you later, alligator. Bye bye.